Hello friends and welcome to another episode of Mom Makes. I'm your girl Mama. I do DIYs, upcycles and sewing projects. As you can see, I'm back in my studio today. I'm sure you can hear all my birds chirping. It's a beautiful sunny day outside and they're having a good time. So I hope you don't mind. I'm starting out a new series today. This is for absolute beginners. Recently, a friend of mine reached out to me and she asked me, her daughter is getting out of school, she's graduating, and she wants to get started on sewing, and she wanted to sew some cute tops and matching sets for her over the summer and wanted to do some upcycles and go thrifting with her mom. So she reached out to me and she asked me, what exactly is it that I need to buy and how much is it going to cost me and where am I going to buy it? So in this video, I am putting together a shopping list for you. You can download the shopping list below in the description box, and I'm going to take you on a shopping trip to Walmart, and we're going to buy some supplies to get started. If you're an absolute beginner, you are going to really appreciate this video because I'm going to give you the playbook for what you need today in order to get started on sewing. So hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and let's get started. Alright, so we are at Walmart. We are going to shop the aisles for sewing supplies. We will make a list of absolutely necessary items for beginners that you need right now in order to get started sewing. Here's the crafting aisle. Let's go and see what they have in stock today. Alright, let's start with the sewing machine. So there's a couple of good options here. This one is the LX3817 Ace Brothers sewing machine. This retails for $76. It has all the basic features. It is not a very sophisticated sewing machine, but I think that's more than enough. The Singer Mending M1000 sewing machine, again, this has very basic features. It comes with all the accessories, and I believe this is also $76. So I think this is a beginner sewing machine. I do not believe in spending so much money at the beginning for a machine that you're not going to use that much. You're going to be working on developing your skill. If you do have the budget and if you do want to spend some money, you can go for the Singer Heavy Duty. It's $169 at Walmart. This is a good quality sewing machine. It has an array of stitches. It has zigzag stitches and buttonhole making. It comes with all the kits and accessories. So this is a good deal. However, I recommend that you either go with a basic Brother or a basic Singer instead of spending your money on a $200 Singer sewing machine at this point in your journey. But again, if you have the budget, you can go for it. There's a variety of scissors available at Walmart. You can pick up a cheap one, keep that as your pattern cutting or paper scissors. For fabric cutting, I would highly recommend this $8 Westcott scissors. I have these myself. I use these all the time. They're quite sharp and they're quite useful. Just be sure never to use your fabric scissors for cutting your pattern or paper because it is going to dull the edge. There's a bunch of scissor sets available here as well. I do not recommend them, though I do recommend this Fiskar cutting set. It has thread snips, pair of scissors, and a rotary cutter. At this point of your sewing journey, I do not recommend that you go for a rotary cutter because for a rotary cutter, you are also going to need a cutting mat, and a cutting mat is going to set you back maybe $20 to $30 at this point. So it is good to have, but it's not necessary that you go for it. If you look out for these pre-made scissor sets, this one that is Walmart brand has pretty much all the essentials in it for $8. It is not a bad deal. Another option to consider is this Dritz starter kit. This has a tracing wheel, a pin cushion, scissors, tape, and marking pen, all the essentials that you need, so you can go for that. So coming back to the rotary cutters and mats, this is the mat that I use. You must have seen this in my other videos as well. This is a 36 by 24 mat. It's pretty big, and it is a must-have for use with rotary cutters. Walmart has a bunch of acrylic rulers as well that you can pick up. They have an extensive range of rotary cutters and replacement blades, so if you do want to look into that, they are available here. What I recommend is that if you choose a Fiskars rotary cutter, be sure to pick up the replacement blades right when you buy the rotary cutter, because it's, you know, if it gets dull or it gets damaged, you can easily just replace it. You're gonna need to pick up some $1.57 measuring tape. A measuring tape is a measuring tape. You don't need a fancy ruler or inexpensive measuring tape. Just pick up a couple of these tapes here at Walmart and you're gonna be good to go. You're also gonna need to pick up marking pens or marking pencil. I use this vanishing marker. When you expose it to heat, the markings go away, and it's quite useful even on expensive fabrics, because you can just iron it and the marks go away once you're done with the project. You're gonna need to pick up some ballpoint pins. Ballpoint pins have a rounded point and they go through the fabrics without snagging on the warps and the wet threads. These are quite useful on pretty much all kinds of fabrics, so pick up whatever you have available here. This box of like 100 is going to last you a while. This should be more than sufficient for your needs at this point.
As a beginner, you're going to make a lot of mistakes, and that's perfectly okay. Just be sure to pick up a couple of seam rippers. These are really going to come in handy when you start sewing.
If you are looking to start on some easy project, I highly recommend that you start with cotton fabric and get all these lovely colors for $6, or you can look in the pre-cut bundles. Pre-cut bundles can sometimes have a really good deal of options available. I always go through the pre-cuts. You can see that there are some fabrics that are available for like $4, and there's a lot of knits. For instance, this pink fabric is 2 yards for $2, and I think that's a price that you cannot beat if you're making a quick practice project. There's a lot of knits available at this point. I do not recommend that you start working with knits because knits are very difficult to handle, so just go with cotton fabric. Walmart carries muslins in many different widths, starting from 44 inches up to 54 inches. Again, you have to be lucky in order to find that in stock. Some of these fabrics are $1 something a yard, so they are quite nice. You can buy a whole bolt. It's going to be quite cheap, and you can use these to practice patterns. I do all of my draping and all of my sample pattern cutting on this muslin fabric, and I always buy it from here. It's a very good deal, so I recommend it. Walmart has an extensive thread section. They have all these beautiful colors if you catch them on a nice day, because most of the time when I go for $2.44, I don't think you can beat that price. So pretty much everything is sold out, and today I got lucky. What I do recommend is looking into quilting thread. This is 1200 yards for $6. This spool comes in only basic colors: white, off-white, black, navy, and red. I can tell you, if you're practicing, you do not need all these fancy colors. For practice projects, you can start with the basics. So I do recommend that you stock up on the basic colors. This is the hem adhesive tape. Comes in different options: Ultra Bond, Fabric Fuse. These are just fusible tapes that you can use to bond 2 layers of fabric. So you can use these to hem your pants or skirts. One bonus thing that I wanted to show you: Walmart has a dollar end cap section that has all the basic sewing supplies that you may need. They have measuring tape, they have assorted hand sewing needles, they have pins, straight pins or safety pins, they have different iron-on patches and denim and regular colors, liquid stitch mini. This is $1 liquid stitch tube that I use in my projects all the time. This is very helpful, especially in applique projects, so pick these up. Then you can also pick up a value pack of elastics, because if you're sewing a dress or if you're sewing on puffy sleeves or an elastic waist, or you're making trousers or pajama pants, you're gonna need elastic. So this is a very good option. It's not a very long length of elastic, so this is going to last you maybe 1 or 2 projects, and I think at this point on a budget it's quite sufficient for you. They also have the embossing tape for $1. I've used this one as well as the heat and bond one. They're pretty similar, but I think the heat and bond results are much better than this one. They also have some Denk sewing kits. This is a super tiny sewing kit with a few buttons. Maybe this is better for like traveling or keeping it in your suitcase. This is not something that you should pick up for sewing, because the scissors are too small and there's not much stuff in here that you can use in your sewing room. Same goes for the thread kits. I recommend that you do not pick up the thread kits from here. First of all, we're not even sure what kind of threads they are. Maybe they are like polyester mix blend or something, but it does look like good value because they have all these colors, but you're not gonna need it. So just buy the full spool for the project that you're doing. That will give you much better result. I'm not even sure if these threads are going to even run on the sewing machine, so at this point I'm gonna recommend that you don't go for it. Walmart also has simplicity patterns starting at $5.99. So if you look through the catalogs, you may find a lot of beginner sewing patterns that you can pick up from Walmart. However, if you look through the drawers are very messy. There is nothing in its right place. It's very difficult to find an actual pattern. So I do recommend that you at least give it a chance, because you can find cheap patterns here, but you have to be super lucky in order to actually find something that you can buy. In the sewing section, you can also find the steam fast iron. You don't really need that because an iron is an iron. So if you're spending $12.88 on a specialized iron, just go to the regular laundry section and pick up a $14 iron. Use it in your house as well as for your sewing projects, or just make it as a dedicated sewing iron. You do not need a specialized steam fast iron at this point.
So here it is, folks. This is the ultimate Walmart shopping list for beginners. You're gonna need a sewing machine, scissors, tape measure, marking pen, ballpoint pins, seam ripper, some fabric, thread to match, hem adhesive tape that's optional, and elastic only if you need it. And this shopping list is going to set you back a total of $111.35. If you were to walk into Walmart and you were able to find these items, this is how much it is going to cost you in order to start sewing today. I hope you enjoyed our little shopping trip to Walmart. If you found this information useful, please leave a comment below.
If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe to my channel for exclusive content, simple patterns, guides for you that would help you in your beginner journey. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.